Alright guys, this is Rome,
And this is Dodge.
and today we're gonna be doing a little discussion, I guess like mini podcast kind of thing, just talking, chatting.
Trying something new.
Yeah, like
Yeah. And if y'all have any questions on, any things that y'all would like for us to discuss, please leave a comment so that we can check it out and consider it.
yes, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
So, who would like to take the floor first on this?
I will. I'll let you take the first question.
Okay. All right. So this one is kind of a pickup from our last Q&A, where I learned about your love for Zelda. But because this is a funny thing, because I told you before, like I never really played most of the games, like probably only two. So, but I have this thing. I do this with a lot of games I don't play. Like I would like search into like the lore of certain games, like and theories and things. I kind of like dark theories and hidden theories behind games. So, cause I'm sure you probably know one of the most famous one is with like Majora Mask and stuff.
There's lore behind it?
Well, you don't know about the
No.
well, this the creepy story about the Ben drowned.
No. What is that?
you're not into like learning
I'm
about
not
these things?
hardcore like that, no.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's not my thing. Is not really about that one, but it's more so I want to actually like, if you know much about Majora Mask, like the creation of it, it's like usually people talk about that one that's like the odd one, like because it feels like it was one of the only games that I felt like it was like a legit direct sequel to another game, and it has so much like mystery around it. So it's like, what was your feeling about, I guess, that game?
That is one of the few games that I didn't play.
Oh,
That was the one with you put on a mask and you turn into that thing, like a Goron or a whatever the leaf kid thing. No, that is the one I did not play.
Wow, and that's probably one of the most, I mean there's more, but that's one of the ones that like kind of got me into like, oh, there's more to this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But did you play it, or were you just...
I know, that's what I say. I do this with a lot of games, like games I just don't play, but I just like find like these stories and like learning about how the details they put into the game or how they was made, and then just the theories people come up with. It's like, it makes me interested in it, but I just don't be playing it. Yeah.
No, I didn't even know there was lore behind it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because...
What do you know? You wanna share?
It's not, well, it's like not much that I know. It's just, I feel like it's weird because of, like, yeah, from my understanding, that is probably the only Zelda game that's like a direct sequel. I know we getting the upcoming one now that seems like it's gonna be a sequel to Breath of the Wild, but as far as the other games, I don't think that would have been a game that's like, it picks up right after a storyline. Like usually we get a new Link every other game, but this one is the same Link from Ocarina of Time, so that's what's like, oh. And then the story behind it, and then the channel Game Theory made one of their famous theories about whether if Link was dead during that entire game because of how things work there. And yeah,
That's crazy.
but you said you haven't played it, so
No.
yeah. Well, so the story is like at the Ocarina of Time, Navi, I think, the fairy, it just leaves, and basically the whole game is like he's trying to find him, and a bunch of stuff happens. Like he gets knocked out by this dude, mask is stolen, and he's trying to follow him, but he ends up going to a place, he ends up falling like a very like deep fall, and people was like speculating did that fall kill him, because like the place he goes to, Termina, is like a parallel universe to Hyrule, so people are feeling like maybe he's like stuck in some kind of limbo afterlife, where he's just like in a weird point of time where he was in Hyrule, but the people are just like, they the same. Like a lot of the NPCs look exactly the same, but they just different. That they got different names and stuff. So it's like people were questioning like, oh, it's like, is he actually dead? And like how each point of the story deals with the 5 stages of grief, and at the end, I guess he finally accepts that he's dead and move on. And they hinted at I think Twilight Princess. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Correct me.
That's crazy. What?
Yeah, but they hinted at when you fight that zombie statue, or not statue, but the zombie soldier dude, that was actually the Ocarina of Time link. And yeah, so yeah, it's just a whole bunch of stuff.
and you heard this on Game Theory?
Well, it started on Game Theory, but like I just started browsing a whole bunch of other stuff, just learning. Yeah,
it's never been confirmed through Nintendo or anything like that.
No, of course not. That was just, that ruins the fun of it.
Still have to ask if Nintendo was like, then
I mean, Nintendo puts stuff here and there, like, yeah, like this. Well, obviously, hopefully you should know about the official timeline of the games.
What? See, we need to discuss the topics beforehand. No, I see a Zelda.
So you're
put it in the console.
Yeah, so you just
I play it.
Okay, you wanted those numbers, stop. But yeah, that's very
two Zeldas and
yeah. And I'm proud to say I've beaten one. All right. But yeah, that's one of the things I like to do on my whole time, I guess.
You're one of the hosts.
Yeah, it's a whole. But yeah, this basically.
No, I never. I never looked. I didn't see. And when I get into game theories, I think the only one that I checked out was the one for BioShock, because that game's story was so crazy. But no, I never looked into
one theory for that game. I think I only seen like one theory of the game, but I don't remember.
That you only know one theory about the game?
I think I've seen one, but I don't remember it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never even considered that there would be more into it, because it always just seems so cut and dry with Zelda.
So all right, well, that's interesting then. So what are you like when you put in a new Zelda game? Like, what are you thinking? Like, you playing as the same Link, or do you know that there's a new Link every time you play the game?
I guess in my mind, I figured that because it looks different, Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild, Link Before Time, they're aesthetically so different, you just assume it's like a different story. You never think that they're all like a continuation of anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting, but yeah, I don't know if you ever check it out. Cause the timeline is like after, I think, Ocarina of Time, the game split into 3 timelines, and then it's like it's just weird because now they feeling Breath of the Wild is merging all 3 timelines. It's not confirmed or anything, but that's a theory that's floating around right now, that they might be merging all the timelines together at this point. But I don't know. Yeah, just
that would be really cool, because that would just open up a whole nother. That kind of just blows my mind.
Bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't look into that.
Nope. I never thought I would need to.
I mean, Not, yeah, cause I don't need to, but it's just fun to just learn these things about games. I don't know. Learn the hidden meaning behind stuff instead of just like putting on a game, playing it. Like, understand what people be doing. Like, you know, yeah. It's the little things.
If they all look the same, I think I would have looked deeper into it. But no.
Interesting.
Yep.
What about you? You got a question, a topic?
On gaming?
Yeah, if you want to keep it gaming for now, yeah, we can.
Well, I can't. I don't want it to be too serious. That was my question. The first question was my question. I didn't prepare a lighter question.
Oh God. Well, I guess I don't kind of feel like I brought it up, but that was what I originally did with Outlast. I think I told you that. Like, I used to like watch Outlast a ton, but it was mainly for the lore and the story. I never played it except for that one time I actually finally did play it. But if that didn't happen, I probably most likely would never went through playing any Outlast game. But I would have been watching all those videos. It's like I like just learning stories of the games and like the hidden meanings instead of like sometimes playing them, because like the way I play my games, I don't really try to play for like learning all the stories and stuff.
Right.
So I guess it's dope knowing that there's like a community of people that out there that purposely do it. So I find it fascinating that there's so much stuff hidden in the games that I usually overlook because I'm just trying to like beat it.
That tunnel vision kicks in.
Yeah.
Right. You want to get your money.
Like the moment I start seeing notes in the game, I'm like, all right, you want me to read the story instead of playing it?
Isn't a lesson. I want to have fun.
That's like, what's so hard to get some voice actors, get a cutscene? Like, why do I gotta read it? No, stop.
I remember you saying that you had looked into the background of Outlast.
Yeah, like knowing that there's like the whole comic story to it and all that extra stuff going on. It's like all this stuff going on, but you no one would not know that because they being scared to death.
I was too busy looking for the exit. Yeah,
it's like no one is not gonna know the deep dark stuff that's hiding in the background. Like people over here worrying about not getting freaking killed.
Basically, it seemed as though they put all the information in the game.
And they put it all in notes too. They put it in notes, and then some of them like some of the like the NPCs be muttering things to themselves that do allude to like the story, but it's like, are you gonna sit there and like be close to these dudes trying to hear the story, or are you gonna run away?
I got 2 batteries left. I don't have time to sit here and listen to you.
Yeah, I don't even know if you're gonna attack me or not.
Right, I don't know if you're gonna stab me, bite me. I don't know if this is relevant or you're just crazy, losing it.
Yeah, so I find it cool that people do that. Like they sit there and they like just slowly play the game and like hear things and see things. Like it's dope. But nah, I can't do that.
Especially not in that game. No. I didn't want to play it. I didn't want to play it to begin with, and you want me to sit and wait? No.
Yeah, which is funny because most stuff like that comes through horror games, which is like, that's my love-hate relationship with horror games, because I don't really necessarily like horror in a sense. Like I don't like jump scare horror. Like I don't find it appealing. Like I like psychological horror, like that makes you like question the danger. So
I used to be, I'm not exactly totally off of psychological horror games, but they've been getting too predictable lately.
Oof.
Too multiple personality disorder, to husband going crazy killing wife, to where am I?
It's
How did I get
that
here?
You say that because
why?
one of the games that I have recently been heavy into is the Silent Hill series.
Yeah, no. Say that again. That kind of cut out. Say that again.
The Silent Hill series.
Yeah, what about it?
I never played any of them before, but I'm like heavily like been searching into like the stories of the games. And yeah, like even I can see like people who like when they rank like their favorite Silent Hills, it's just like between the second or the third one. And just from me not even playing it, but I can see it like just from the story aspect of it alone. It's like that's crazy. And these games came out like so long ago. It's like the freaking details they put into these games. And as I said, one of them you mentioned the husband killing the wife thingy, because that happens in Silent Hill too.
Yeah.
But
spoiler alert.
Yeah. I mean, bro, this game came out.
I know.
When did it came out? What, 2001? I don't even know. Probably before that. No, after that. But yeah, it's like you don't find that out until the end. But that's dope. Like you go through this whole entire game, like, oh, trying to find out the truth, what's going on, and like, oh.
that was before that was such a huge trope of where so many games are like that. So it totally caught people off guard. But
yeah, and that's the funny thing about it, 'cause that's another one of those things where the series, like that one game, is like it's like the Majora's Mask of the others, I guess, because the others is like they talk about all these cults and rituals and stuff, and the second one just come out of nowhere with psychological stuff. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, so it's just like I don't know, it's weird. It's like it makes you wonder, like you just want to be in that room when they were creating these games. Like, oh, the first game we want to talk about all this cult and all this, and the second thing they just like came out of nowhere with this story, and then they went back to cult stuff afterwards. And like, why? Like what the heck happened here? Like, you just dropped this fire and just walked away from it.
But isn't Silent Hill so crazy that anything can happen? It's not.
I mean,
it's not
really.
Just psychological. No? Huh?
I mean, it was always supposed to be psychological horror. Like the monsters and stuff, they don't, like I said, they don't pop out on you or nothing, because they have a game mechanic where it alerts you if they know when like a monster is near you, so you know when something is near you. But it's just the atmosphere, how they create the rooms and the textures and how the monsters look is what's the creepy part about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know something's there when you hear something go like, oh, okay, something is here with me.
I see.
Yeah, but the second game is completely just like, because the story has nothing to do with what the first game set up to be. And it's like, wait, and then you don't know it. Yeah, and then you don't know what's gonna happen. And then they drop the third one and they go back to the first story with the third one. And it's like, wait, so what is this? Then it makes you question, like, what is Silent Hill? Like, this theory going on if the town itself is a secret entity or whatever. It's just a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And
but you never played it. You just watched.
I never played. Yeah, I never played a single one. And that's funny because then they were trying to do the PT game, which was supposed to be Silent Hill, but because the situation with Kojima happened, and then he ended up making Death Stranded. But I find that heartbreaking even for myself, because I never played the game. But I'm like, damn, like I'm so invested into the story now. I'm like, I really wish I thought the Silent Hill would come out, and it seemed like this one was gonna be, because I know like people like after the fourth one, the series just kind of went downhill because the original creators didn't make it. So people felt like, no, this was like the revival of the series, and then that happened. And it's like, I guess the franchise is like dead now, and it sucks because I'm like, damn, like I really want to see what it's capable of in like this current gen.
Oh my gosh, I was sad and very happy that that it did not go through. I couldn't even get through the trailer for, what was that, Arlington Road, the one that they were gonna do after Silent Hills was canceled.
I've not heard of that.
There were like 2 other ones that they were gonna try, maybe. Because I'm thinking of the one where you're like a dude in like this really cool house where there's glass windows, whatever. And then there's another one where you're in a hallway. I don't know if they're the same game or if it was all just...
I never heard of the other one, but I know PC Silent Hills, yeah.
I couldn't. I don't know. That would have broken... I think it would have broken people if they tried to play the full game.
Yeah, it's not even... I don't even know. It's weird because that was like they already did something different just with that trailer with it being first person. Like all the Silent Hill games was never first person before, so it was just like, is the whole game gonna be like this? Then it's like, damn, like what can they do with psychological horror in first person? And like you already see like that whole game was trippy. Like all you doing is going through the same room like again and again. It just keeps changing.
Groundbreaking.
But, yeah, and people are discovering new things about it. I'm not sure you saw that recently. Someone found out that the Lisa ghost actually is attached to your back the moment you get the flashlight. Yeah.
Stop
so, like,
it. That gave me chills.
Yeah, so there's actually scenes where it's like when you walk in and you like see her shadow and then you turn around, she's not there, but it's like people manage to like glitch the camera and like she's actually physically there the whole time. Yeah. It's weird, but it's like that's dope.
Cool.
It's weird, but it's dope because like why? That's why I like finding things like this. Like you gonna make the game first person, you gonna put such a cool feature in there. We never gonna find out unless we glitch the game.
I mean, it explains why you're able to hear her in your ears when she finally like, oh.
It's so dope. Like, it's not just like random sound effects. Like she's literally like there.
Stop it! Stop it! Oh my god!
All right. Okay, next topic. Yeah, go ahead, take a breather.
I'm getting flashbacks, bro.
Oh my!
I wasn't even playing it. I was just watching someone.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it.
did you ever play it?
There's so many like fan made versions of it.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Someone made it into a VR version too. Like, bro.
Dude, I saw someone play it in VR. I was
like, nah. I'll pass on that one.
Would you play the fan made one?
Nah, I won't even play any of them. Like, me and horror ain't the coolest of friends.
I'm almost tempted to try it because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, that's why I was cool with doing Outlast. Like, I breezed through that game like it was nothing. Like, I already seen the game as if I made it.
But you did what?
Yeah, breeze through Outlast. You know, I seen it so many times I felt like I made the game.
Yeah. I that would sort of be my my Everest. It would be to beat that game, the fan one, since the one on PlayStation isn't available anymore.
Yeah, unless I know people like might be selling like their whole PlayStation with the game in it, like for a lot.
That's great. Come on, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a rare experience.
Yeah, it's not a. It's too available. Like the fan made ones are so good. They're so good. There's no point.
Yeah, but you wouldn't find those secrets in the original one.
That's true. Okay, touche, Rome. Good point.
Yeah, good stuff though, and just the lore about that one too was just dope. Just like talking about the purgatory or whatever it is, and then they're like finding out how was that gonna play into the whole game, and so people were feeling like it might be like another Silent Hill 2, which would have made it even more better for me, because I'm like, bruh, Yeah, I already love Silent Hill 2 enough, and like, y'all would make another one that's like it. And this era,
They need to hurry up.
but I don't even. That's what I'm saying. The person, like, I don't know what's gonna happen now. It's like, I don't know if the franchise is just gonna be dead forever, or if someone brave enough to pick it up. Konami over there bugging.
There's so many talented game creators out there.
Yeah, but
even when they did the
holding
Arlington
rights to
Road.
names, people can't use the Silent Hill name.
The Arlington Road one, if that's even the name, that one was tense. That one was tense like Silent
I really
Hill.
never heard of that.
What?
I said I really never heard of that one.
Are you How? Watch it now. I actually haven't even blah, 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 blah. I haven't even watched the full trailer for it because it was just so bad for me.
It's a game?
It was a game. It was after Silent Hills was canceled, they were gonna do that one instead. And it was sort of like the same premise where it was like really tense. You're going back and forth. You're doing like things to give you hints as to what happened, and then like the place gets scarier and scarier over time. You've never. All right.
No, I can't even find it. That's what I'm saying.
What?
I got a movie, but definitely not what you're talking about. But
What do you mean a movie?
Arlington Road movie that came out in what, 99? Yeah, that's all. Like, is it a game or a movie?
Okay, jeez, Tim Robbins. Okay, no, not the movie.
Why you gotta point him out like that?
Yeah, that's not.
It's Tim Rock. Oh no, I don't even know who that is either.
That's Jeff Bridges.
Oh, I do know who that is.
Well,
That is so
the
special.
game.
Jeff Bridges. I feel like this is the theme of this whole video, just talking about secrets in games.
Look at you already trying to find a title.
I'm just, I'm fine with it, but I know you have something you want to talk about, yes.
No,
No? You don't want to talk about that?
keep it light.
Alright.
Searches.
I mean, like, yeah, when you freaking out over there, you sure that was late?
That I'm freaking out?
When I was breaking up about Lisa.
Dude, that's not, dude. I just
That's
forgot it and you reminded me.
Yeah, I thought that's what I was saying. Like, you know, if that's keeping it like that, shit, I don't want to know what you're talking about then.
Oh my goodness. 2018? No, not Visage. Ew, what the heck is that? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone then.
Yeah, we'll find that out in the time.
Yeah, I'll find it some other time, and then we'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. PT remake.
I had one in my head just now. I forgot.
I'm listening.
I had another like game secrets thing in my head, but I forgot it.
What? Oh, come on.
Yeah, I hate that.
You had one job, Rome.
But yeah, I mean, it sucks when games like that just, franchises like that just die off. Especially when I find out about it like too late.
There was so much. There was just so much promise to it.
Yeah.
It broke everything. People are like, "Wait, is this a movie?" No, this is the game, bro. It's
And it's not even that, like, because you just play in there, you don't find out what it was supposed to be until it's over, and that just made it even more hype. And then it's like, and then if you are into the Silent Hill still, oh my god.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a gameplay of Silent Hill all the way through.
Oof.
A lot of people I've watched started it but never finished it. But I do know about the whole dude killing wife thing.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Yeah. You know, is it?
I mean, it made a good game, but in actuality, no, it's not good stuff.
Well, yeah, well, he's like, I'm not the one. I don't
care. We want to talk about that because that's one thing that I'm scratching my head about. There's theories about that because he was led to believe that she died like 3 years ago, but in actuality it was like a couple of days ago. But how do you quickly remove that from your mind that fast is what I'm confused about. Like he made a whole story about it too, and like in a few days, like how do you quickly remove that from your mind? And then you get a letter which most likely came from, well, you know, the entity of the town itself, and it's just so much in play. It's like, did the town make him forget? What is this weird?
So many unanswered questions.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm scratching my head about. It's like, you literally like just did this a few days ago, and then the theory is that she's actually in the car that he drove to the town. It's just like, she's physically, if that theory is correct, she's physically present in the car. You went there, and somehow you just completely forgot everything that happened between that situation.
You are breaking up a lot. Why?
I have no clue.
Huh, okay. That he arrived there with her in the car.
Well, that's a theory, yeah. But
well,
yeah.
I haven't killed anyone. So.
Huh?
I haven't killed anyone, so...
I know it, but still, like...
When you don't want something in your head enough...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just weird. Like I said, I can understand that, but then it's the town sending him, oh, I'm alive, come over here and find me. And like, it just kind of helps. It's like, it's too, like, coincidental that he would put that out his mind that fast and then get a letter to put it back into his mind when he eventually finds out again.
It's because it wasn't like he was denying it so that he would, you know, stay innocent.
Yeah.
It was that he completely had amnesia about it.
Yeah. He's like, she died from sickness 3 years ago. Like, he had the whole story planned out, and then it's like, oh, this happened. Not that long ago, apparently. It was less than a week ago.
That 6 days were numbered. They were numbered. Yeah.
This man completely just forgot about the whole week.
She was riding shotgun, and he already had a gun. Like,
that's what I was saying. Like, you literally had the body with you. Like that's what I was saying. Like, you put the body in the car, or possibly the trunk. Like, the moment you close the trunk, you just like completely forgot. Made this while he was driving to Silent Hill, started this whole story about her being dead 3 years ago, and then got there, and then like. Well, I don't know timeline wise, but like, to say he was only in town for like 20 minutes or whatever, and found out the truth, and he's like, oh, how did I forget?
He would have passed that lie detector test easy. He had everybody fooled.
Yeah, he yelling at the little girl like, what? No, she dead. And she like, we talking about, I just saw her the other day.
Messed up. No excuse.
Yeah, bunch of weirdness. But another one is that when he does get that letter, and most people, like, things you overlook in games, like if you actually go into your inventory and look at the letter again, I think it's blank, so it's showing that the letter was like never real. So it's like, it's weird. That's
The
why I was
letter
like,
that she wrote him.
yeah, that she's still alive in Silent Hill.
Oh, right, because that's why he went out there.
Yeah. But if you look at it in the inventory, it's blank. So it's like, it's just a bunch of weird stuff, and that's what's great about it, like the psychological stuff. Like so much mind stuff, just going into it. It's
I
like
didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it's dope. I like when they do stuff like that. There's another one. I don't know if you ever played The Last of Us.
No, I'm trying not to even look at gameplays of it because I want to play it myself.
Oh, then we'll be moving on.
Yes, please, Mr. Spoiler alert.
Just know I played that game a lot. I literally bought a whole PlayStation just to play it.
Wait, say that again.
I literally bought a PlayStation 3 just to play that game.
Whoa.
Yeah. That being in like 6 times on like, I think almost all the difficulties.
Shut up, what?
Yeah, I was like into that game a lot.
So I guess you like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's safe to say.
A little bit. It's alright.
That was the same thing that happened to me. I said, me and horror games is weird, but when it happens, it happens. That was the same thing with The Evil Within. Like, I got the first one. Like, I didn't know much about it. It was just like, I don't know. Somehow it just came on my radar. I just got it. And it was like around Halloween time. I think I streamed it too. That's how I put the videos up. And yeah, I like fell in love with the game. I beat the game on like every difficulty. Got the DLCs. And then when the second one came out, I was even happy. But yeah, it's just weird. I mean, yeah, if it happens, it happens. But I do like games that can make me come back. Like, I don't like being in the game one time and then it's like, yeah.
I'm trying to think if I, other than Breath of the Wild, I don't, maybe A Link to the Past. Yeah.
Link to the Past. Oh, that's the one.
Oh.
That's the one I beat.
Yes. Most
Why
likely.
that one?
Why that one?
Yeah.
Because I think I played it on the Game Boy when it came out.
Same.
And then I played it on the GameCube? I can't remember what I played. So it was a really big gap in between. Classic.
Yeah.
Are those the only games that you've played more than once?
Oh no. That was one of those things I was big on, like during my, I want to say, the Xbox PS2 era and probably Xbox 360 era. One of my favorite games, I don't want to say my franchise, but I have a love-hate relationship with this franchise, kinda. It's the Sonic franchise. I personally dislike the 2D Sonic format. And I know a lot of the hardcore people is like, that's the real way. It's like, but I personally think the game makes no sense in 2D because like you're going too fast to see what's going on. You're just gonna like freaking die eventually. It's like when Mario makes sense, you can see everything before you hit it. You just having a good time over there because of Sonic.
Because I will explain. Because I never bought any of the other Sonic games, the 2D ones.
Yeah.
But I saw gameplays of Game Grumps playing the Sonic games, and it is so funny how they rag on it.
Yeah, but the 3D Sonic is the ones I get joked on the most, but that was the one like I fell in love with the most because it made sense for me. Like,
but I'm sorry, which ones?
The 3D Sonic, or they call it the modern Sonic.
Oh, I see. So you like the
3D aspect, yes.
You like the 3D ones, But you
Yeah.
didn't like the ones where you're just going in a straight line, like scrolling.
And just running into a wall or a freaking creature just standing there, and you don't see it until it happens.
What?
Yeah, you go too fast in that game. That's just me. Alright, that's just me. It's funny because I thought I was like, all right, maybe because I played those games when I was young. I played like on the Genesis and stuff. So maybe I'm young, couldn't see as fast as I can now, whatever. So I got Sonic Mania for the Switch, and it was just a freaking struggle to beat that game. It's like
because of glitches or because of
just controlling myself. It just don't feel right playing it 2D. It just don't.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just don't like Sonic in 2D.
Okay.
I just don't. But yeah. So, but Sonic Heroes is my favorite Sonic game of them all, and I've played that game. I don't think I have enough hands and fingers to count that.
Really?
Yes.
I'll need to be reminded on what Silent Heroes looks like.
You need to be reminded?
I will. I would.
It's the only one that actually has like a team feature where you play with like 3 characters at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah. It's dope.
I think I'm thinking of Sonic Boom.
Oh, no. You're going too far.
That's too far ahead?
Yeah, this was like the original Xbox era.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That was your favorite one.
That's my favorite one. Then it's Sonic Adventure 1, then Sonic Adventure 2. And despite the hate, I don't know if you know much about the Sonic 06 tragedy.
No, tragedy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that game. You can literally just search up Sonic 06 like glitches or whatever. Like, I'm sure you're gonna find like a compilation of just how terribly optimized that game is. But the funny thing about that is it wasn't really that terrible when I played it. So I actually enjoyed that game a lot. So I feel sorry for those people, but I enjoyed my time with that game. So I don't know what to say. Like, people like truly hate that game. Just because like the story don't make no sense. Because there's one story element that's
people
like,
were what?
They hate that game like with a passion.
They hated it with a passion.
Yeah, they hate it. And I feel sorry that they do, because I actually enjoyed it. I've beaten that game so many times.
So it's normal for you to beat games multiple times.
It was normal for me, but recently, nah, not really. Well, recently I haven't even really been playing like story mode games like that. Most of my games been freaking multiplayer competitive, which sucks because I do like story-driven games too.
I kind of find games to be like books. Like, once I experience it, there's no reason to go back and read it again. It's rare for me to play a game more than once.
Well, yeah, but when they freaking when they give you reasons to go back, that's why. Like, for Sonic, it's a thing where beating it. Well, with Sonic Heroes, beating it multiple times is a required thing, because there's 4 teams in the game, so you gotta beat the game 4 times in actuality.
Is that the one where you're a cat? Like this really big, goofy...
He is part of one of the teams, the big purple cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that one.
So there's 4 teams, so you gotta beat the game 4 times. Like, they all go through like the levels, like all the same levels, but they each have like different scenarios. Like, Sonic is like normal mode, Dark is just hard, the Team Rose with the cat and the Amy is like extremely easy. Like the levels is like cut in half from like Sonic and Shadow stories, and the last team is like objective based, so it's not so much just run to the end. It's like actually doing something in the game. And then Sonic is also known for like collecting all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and then you unlock the true ending of the game, so you technically gotta beat it a 5th time, and that's if you got the Chaos Emeralds during your first run. If not, that means you're going to backtrack again and get all 7, so that's already replaying the game again. So yeah, like they give you reasons to play back, but I guess San Andreas and another game is The Warriors. I think I mentioned this before. Yeah, that's another game that I played like religiously a lot. But there's not much like reason to go back. It was just a freaking, like I told you, that game is like, if they would have did that one thing, it would have been the perfect game for me. Like, it was just amazing.
I think I played Sims a lot, but I never really beat the Sims. I mean, like PlayStation, not even PS1, just PlayStation.
I haven't played. I only started Sims on the 3rd one. I only played Sims 3 and 4.
And you beat those?
No.
Dude, trying to find like, freaking friends is so freaking hard.
Just give up halfway.
Maintaining friendships is hard in real life and in video games.
Oh, Lord.
It's even harder in video games. I figured it'd be easier in video games. No. Harder. At least like you can text people, but in the video game you have to throw parties and stay awake.
And make sure your needs is good.
Make sure gotta keep everyone happy, entertained. Gotta make sure they don't. It's sort of like you kind of felt like you were holding people hostage while you like forced them to talk to you and build up the friendship score.
Yeah.
It's not real life, is it?
Nah.
Not my life. Never. No, I don't think I ever beat one. I think that was the one where you could get on the scooter and go to different places.
Oh my. You got any other topics? I think I'm good on my side.
Nope, I'm good.
Alright. Well, this is interesting and fun. Yeah.
I learned a lot today.
Yes, I did too. I was shocked. I mentioned this too before. Like, it depends on your yes or no answer. Like, I don't know how far this conversation we're gonna go. But it's still, that's good.
I try to be good at conversations.
Well,
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Well, if you guys enjoyed this, maybe we can do this again sometime with more prepared topics. And then, like I said, you guys got any topics you guys want us to talk about, questions, feel free to comment them. And yeah. Anything you would like to say?
No. That I hope to see some recommendations, because it's not easy coming up with topics.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know what other people want to hear, so that, maybe this is background noise or something they listen to fall asleep, but still, I'd like to know what they want to hear.
Yeah. Well, till then, I have been Rome.
And I'm DodgeThis 82.
And we will see you guys later. Peace.
Bye, guys.